Hello friends, welcome to another episode of 3 Minute Game Pass. I'm Nathan. I'm going to tell you whether this Game Pass game is worth your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Sea of Thieves as of 2021. Yo ho ho, time to get your crew together and sail the 7 seas. Is this open world pirate sandbox game worth setting sail on? Let's find out. Sea of Thieves released on Xbox and PC and supports Play Anywhere, which means you can play it on your phone. It supports crossplay, cross-save, all that stuff. It's XS optimized, 60 FPS, improved loading times, significantly improved loading times if you're coming from an 1S, just throwing that one out there. And the game technically has infinite replay value, but it's about 8 to 10 hours to complete a pirate's life, which is their current story mode. So what exactly is Sea of Thieves? Well, Sea of Thieves is an open world sandbox game with a multiplayer focus where you're going to have to make a lot of your own fun. You essentially have two types of missions in this game. You have small missions where you go get buried treasure or solve riddles on certain islands after sailing to them with your crew, and tall tales, which are quest chains that with a connecting story and a bit more production value. When you're doing the small sandbox missions, you'll often find small quests as you're out and about doing them, so you can kind of chain quests together and traverse the 7 seas, acquiring a bunch of loot, and then bring it back at the end of a session and turn it in and be done. Tall Tales actually do require you to beat the whole thing in order to save your progress, but they're much more story driven, and that includes the Pirates of the Caribbean content, A Pirate's Life, which is a bunch of Tall Tales stringed together. So basically you're gonna grab a bunch of friends, grab a boat, and then sail around getting loot or doing side missions and then being done. That's pretty much the game. So what I like about this game? Well, with the right group of friends, this game is an absolute hoot. There's just so much stuff in this game that's designed for you to goof off. You got instruments, you can work on the ship, you can crash the ship into rocks, you can throw firebombs at each other and wonder why the ship is on fire. You can try to take out other pirate crews on their ships and fail miserably because no one knows how to aim the cannons. It's fun if you have the right group. Absolutely hilarious. The second thing I like is I love the cartoon graphics and especially the water. Man, the water in this game just looks incredible. The sea gets stormy, the waves billow. It's surprisingly magical. And on that note, it really evokes that sense of exploration and wonder that really good open world sandbox games do. Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild come to mind. I don't know why I'm only picking Zelda games. This story stuff is a great diversion from exploration to kind of focus you in, but you could also just dink around in the world with a bunch of friends if that's what you're going for. What I don't like is that playing solo in this game straight up sucks. Doing the busy work on the ship isn't fun. If you get ambushed by another crew, yes, your boat's a little faster, but they are going to obliterate you because there are more pirates than you, and it's just really boring playing single player because the fun is dinking around with your friends. There's no persistent upgrades in this game. That's something that caught me by surprise. Everything you earn from doing treasure and buying new things, it's all cosmetic. It makes the sandbox elements feel a little pointless because, like, finding food and putting it on your ship and more cannonballs, your ship resets every time you start the game with supplies in it. So there's, like, no point in doing a lot of that stuff. It's a very odd decision. And lastly, combat in this game is extremely basic and really bland. I really don't have anything else to say about it. The combat in this game is lame. As you know, I rate games on a 3-point scale. Must play, maybe consider, don't bother. This is a maybe consider if you can get a bunch of friends. If you're playing solo, you can probably skip this one. With a group, you have to have a group that enjoys making their own fun in a sandbox. My group could be the most synchronized pirate unit ever, just sailing the seas, having a great time, and the next minute nobody's driving the boat and everyone's playing instruments, and ramming into a giant rocket, shooting people out of cannons onto nearby islands because it's funny, or throwing people overboard and leaving them behind. When it comes to being a piratey multiplayer sandbox game, it's quite good, but absolutely not for everyone, and bring friends. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and go out there and enjoy Sea of Thieves.